My name is Margot Weiner. I am the Director of Development with the Canadian Mental Health Association Saskatoon branch. So in other words, that's a fancy name for I'm a fundraiser, and I've been a fundraiser for about 30 years. I'm here to talk a bit about work and mental health. For many of us, a large portion of our day is spent at the workplace. In fact, the average person spends 90,000 hours at work over their lifetime. And work plays a huge role in your overall health and your welfare. It defines who you are, and it defines often how you react to other people. In addition to the financial benefits, your job can add meaning, structure, and purpose to your life. It can also provide you with a sense of identity, bolster your self-esteem, and offer an important social outlet. That is, if everything goes well. Working in a negative work environment can have the opposite effect and take a heavy toll on your emotional health as well as your physical health. Long hours, understaffing, a lack of support, and harassment in the workplace can ramp up your stress levels and contribute to mental health problems such as anxiety, depression, and substance abuse. These problems have only been made worse by the pandemic and what we've been going through. Mental illness costs the Canadian economy an estimated $53 billion per year in lost productivity. People with mild to moderate illness, such as anxiety or depression, are twice as likely to become unemployed. They run a higher risk of living in poverty and social isolation and marginalization. So mental health is a critical issue that impacts every workplace in Canada. The workplace can contribute positively or negatively to a person's mental health. And many mental health problems can creep in and creep up on you slowly. Ignoring the signs of a problem will not make it go away. It'll become worse. After years of being a fundraiser, I really felt like I needed to do something different. And while I was happily working and going up, increasing in responsibility and money, I wasn't happy. And my perfect dream job opened up at a large institution, and I was just overjoyed to be there. Unfortunately, it was the absolute worst time to take the job. The place that I was working at was going through huge changes, turmoil, and firings. I was hired for specific skills. I was a team leader, and I was there for community engagement and building relationships. And then everything went south. 5 days after I started the job, they fired 1/3 of my staff. When I asked for assistance, I was told, "You're smart enough, go find the answers yourself." There was no training. I wasn't given any onboarding, so I had no idea what was expected of me in the role. I worked incredibly long, inflexible hours. I was short-staffed all the time due to cutbacks. I never got to take holidays, and the vacancies were never filled. The workload just kept increasing. There was a lack of support, and most people thought I was just being hysterical, as opposed to listening to what I was trying to tell them. I felt unsafe, and at one point, I just felt really sick, and I went to my doctor, and she said, "You have to stop work now." I had hypertension, I had out of control diabetes, and my life was being shortened by my dream job. I was making a 6-figure income when I made the choice, with the support of my family and my husband, to just walk away and quit, which is something I never thought I would do, because that isn't who I was. I felt worthless, I felt incompetent, and I had ideas that maybe it would be better if I just wasn't here. So I took a year off, and I did some counseling, and I realized that it was that I was in an impossible situation that I couldn't manage, and it was a very poor match for me. And then, by a miraculous happenstance, I connected with Canadian Mental Health Association, and that's where I am now. I'm working in a workplace that supports me no matter what, as a human being, that trusts me, that honors me, and respects me. And I never thought that I would ever find a place like that again. And that one of the important things I do now is I try to share my story and I try to share my experiences with other people. While the symptoms of mental health can vary widely according to the condition and the person experiencing them, it's important to be aware of what's going on inside of you. Employers and employees both benefit from a psychologically healthy workplace. The work environment has to be a human and a humane environment for people to thrive and be well in their work.